This video is brought to you by...
You already know what it is. Cool Green Clothing. We done gone worldwide, and we coming straight out of Baltimore. And if you're in town, pull up on us at 215 West Saratoga Street. And if you're not in town, go online right now at coolgreenclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way. And that's just basic.
It's your girl, Mrs. Tony, 2 times, and I'm back with another episode of the Baltimore Way. In this video, I'll be taking it to Baltimore County to Catonsville, Maryland, to tell the tragic story of Diamond Trueheart. But before we get into this video, please hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and join the Tony 2 times family. Tap the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And of course, feel free to share this video with everyone you know. Everything in this video is alleged. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. According to those who knew her best, Diamond was the type of person who had her entire future ahead of her. Family members described her as hardworking, ambitious, caring, and devoted to the people she loved. She wasn't someone sitting around waiting for opportunities to come her way. She was creating opportunities for herself. She was a proud graduate of the University of Maryland, a dedicated young entrepreneur, and a loving mother to her young child. Those who knew her say she took pride in everything she accomplished and worked hard to build a better life for herself and her child. Family members say Diamond had a bright personality and a strong work ethic. She was focused on her goals and determined to make something of herself. She was the type of person who believed in working for what she wanted. Her mother, Nicole Jackson, often spoke about the close bond they shared. Nicole became a mother at a young age, and over the years, they grew up together. Their relationship was much deeper than that of any typical mother and daughter. They were best friends and business partners. They worked side by side at Salontra Select Suites, sharing big dreams and celebrating every milestone together. At just 26 years old, she had already accomplished things that many people spend decades trying to achieve. Everything seemed to be moving in the right direction. But on January 13th, 2022, something happened that would change everything. According to reports, Diamond and her mother were at their place of business at the Salontra Select Suites that day in the Catonsville Plaza, where people were also shopping, running errands, and going about their day. It was just before 1 p.m. on a busy Thursday afternoon. Nothing about the afternoon appeared unusual. According to Diamond's mother, she wasn't working that day, so no one would have known she was going to be there. Both Diamond and Nicole walked out to the Catonsville Plaza parking lot, located in the 5400 block of Baltimore National Pike. Both women were right by their SUV when an absolute tragedy unfolded in broad daylight. Despite the area being packed with shoppers, 2 people stepped out of a dark-colored sedan. One individual chased Diamond's mother and then kind of looked at her, disregarded her, and ran back to the car. The second individual continued to chase Diamond through the parking lot while discharging multiple rounds until Diamond fell. The second individual stood over her and took her life right there in the parking lot. Emergency responders rushed to the scene, but tragically, Diamond passed away from her injuries before she could be saved. The aftermath left the community completely shaken. This wasn't a deserted alley in the middle of the night. This was a thriving shopping center in the middle of normal business hours. The parking lot was filled with everyday people, including young children and elderly shoppers, all going about their day. People who knew Diamond couldn't believe it. Many described the situation as heartbreaking and difficult to process. How could something like this happen in broad daylight at a busy shopping center? How could a young mother, business owner, and college graduate have her future taken away in an instant? Those are the questions many people were asking. Baltimore County Police launched an immediate investigation, knowing that because of the time and location, several people had to have seen something critical. Despite the shopping center being busy at the time, identifying exactly what happened proved difficult. Authorities interviewed witnesses and collected evidence from the scene. Investigators also reviewed surveillance footage from the area. One of the biggest questions was whether Diamond was specifically singled out or whether something else led to the encounter. Was it a robbery gone wrong, a personal dispute, road rage? Officials never publicly revealed a motive. Even with a $2,000 reward put up by Metro Crime Stoppers, the case seemed to hit a standstill. Months passed, then more months passed, and still no major breakthrough was announced. For Diamond's family, every day without answers became another painful reminder of what had happened. Then, nearly a year later, in January 2023, police finally released surveillance images featuring a person of interest along with an accurate TL believed to be tied to the incident. It felt like the breakthrough everyone was waiting for, but even with those images out in the world, no names were released, no charges were filed, and the trail seemed to go cold once again. As time went on, her family continued speaking publicly about the case. They wanted people to remember who Diamond was, not just the circumstances surrounding her final day, but the life she lived before that day ever arrived. Her mother repeatedly described her as a loving mother, a successful young woman, and someone who was determined to achieve her goals. As the years passed, Diamond's mother continued speaking out. She continued sharing her daughter's story. She has remained a fierce, vocal advocate, constantly keeping Diamond's memory alive. As of right now, this heartbreaking case remains completely unsolved. May Diamond continue to rest in peace. Our deepest condolences go out to Diamond's family, especially her mother and her young child, who have to carry this immense weight every single day. It is beyond devastating to see a young, ambitious woman who did everything right lose her life so senselessly. As we close this story, I want to hear from all of you. When you look at the details of this situation, it leaves behind a lot of lingering questions, like, do you believe Diamond was specifically targeted and why? How does something like this happen in the middle of the day in a crowded parking lot? Drop your thoughts respectfully in the comments below, and let's keep Diamond Trueheart's family in our thoughts and prayers. All right, fam, that's it for this episode of the Baltimore Way. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video informative and believe these stories matter, please consider liking this video so more people can see it. Subscribe for more stories like this that deserve to be heard. And most importantly, take care of yourself and those around you. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times. Until next time.